Jeremy, let me bring you in here because we're seeing smoke, right? Many would say, well, if there's smoke, there's fire, but prosecutors can't rely on that particular, statement. They have to be able to prove a case. They have to have evidence to support it. Tell me, what kind of evidence would the Southern District of New York have to have, not just to convict, but even to indict, that probable cause standard in front of a grand jury? What would they need to have to indict the mayor of the biggest city in this entire country? How would the case be built?
Yeah, you need more than that smoke. You need that kindling in the flame itself. And that's going to come by different means. It could come from testimony of firsthand witnesses. It could be people who are cooperating, people who have had their property seized by a search warrant, for example, that are not charged the crime. We discussed in the beginning of this about the campaign finance issue that originally we heard about a good year ago. We know that the mayor's own devices and other devices were seized. So there could be wires too, meaning that they're on phone calls, listening to conversations. All of these things could add up to what? Pointing to the mayor. And that's what we need, that reasonable cause to believe in, that foundation that a felony was committed. Is that some honest services fraud that could be alleged? Is it a bribery that could be alleged? A campaign finance crime that could be alleged? But that's going to come in different ways. And I remind people too who don't know, in a federal grand jury, you can allow hearsay, so you don't need all those witnesses actually have to come in. You can hear from an agent, for example, who can share what he or she learned and discovered during their investigation. So it's very easy, as we know, that ham sandwich analogy, it's very easy to get that indictment, but then that proof beyond a reasonable doubt is going to be much more difficult once the case goes before a judge.
A really good point, and of course would also mean that Adams, as the potential defendant and target, would not have been able to go before the grand jury, couldn't have pleaded his particular case, wouldn't have had an attorney present. All those rules do not apply in the grand jury setting. So we'll see what kind of probable cause they had to lead to an indictment. This is really significant tonight. Thank you so much, everyone.